Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some vintage cake designed nails. I'm going to be using these extra long nails and I'm starting off with the base coat. I am also going to be looking up some inspiration. If you're unfamiliar with the vintage cake, this is what they look like. They're really cute and they're very maximalist. They have a lot of piping and cherries and bows and things like that. So I was really excited about doing this set because I love that style of cakes. So I'm going to be using a 3D non-stick gel, and this gel you are able to take out of the container and make the shapes in your hand and then cure it. So I'm going to be using that throughout the entire video. So I'm basically going to be making a whole bunch of different piping designs, at least as best as I can. This is actually the first time I'm doing something like this, and I had sort of an idea of what I wanted to do, but I'm just really winging it. So definitely made some mistakes along the way, and actually this piping that I'm making now, I did apply to the nail. I'm just rolling it out so it's like kind of skinny and I'm able to just lay it on the nail. So this piping I actually take off a little later on, but I just kept it in the video just so you guys aren't like confused as to where it goes later on. But yeah, I end up taking that off and making it a little bit different. So I'm starting on the second piping design, and this one is gonna look more like a ribbon is the best way I can describe it. So I'm just making this long flat rectangle shape, and I'm taking a yellow wood stick and lifting up the edges. So basically on the top and the bottom, and I'm kind of skipping over. So it looks like this. See, so how it goes one up, then one down, one up, one down. And then I took the yellow wood stick right in the center and made it flat. And then I cured it. This gel that I'm using, you have to cure it. And the good thing about it is that you can shape it as much as you want, and it won't take the shape until you actually cure it. So right now I'm doing another piping shape. Again, this is all I'm going to be doing for this set. I'm making some like oval type shapes. I originally wanted to make some teardrop shapes, but I just left it as is because I already saw that this set was going to be time consuming, so I didn't want to get too caught up on a little detail like that, so I just left it. And this gel requires curing, so after I'm done placing the gel onto the nail and it's to my liking, then I put it in my lamp to cure. Also, this same design I'm going to be doing on another nail, and then I'm going to do two more nails with the same design, and then there's going to be one nail that has a different design completely. So if you're not seeing five nails throughout this video, that is why. So now that I have placed the gel, I'm taking a yellow wood stick and I'm making two lines on all of the circles. I'm just making some indentations just to kind of create some texture. So also, while we are in the beginning of this video, if you decide to do these nails, just a tip is getting some of that 3D gel that is in the colors you want to make your nails. So if I had like pink and yellow 3D gel, it would have made this nail set way faster to do and way easier. But the fact that I used clear, I had to shape and do all of that. And then I had to polish in some of the colors. I had to do multiple layers of the color. So it was definitely more time consuming. Next time I do these nails, I'm going to get colored 3D builder gel. So I'm also going to be adding some cherries and some beaded style piping for these nails. So I'm going to be using some of these little silver balls that I have here. They are in smaller sizes and then they have some larger sizes. I also have some pearl looking ones. So I'm just taking some of those out so that I have them ready available when I'm going to use them. So here's my nail. Like I mentioned, I took off one of the piping designs because I wanted to do it different. So I'm rolling some more of that gel and I'm going to add it to the nail. So like I mentioned earlier, I did take off one of the piping designs because I wanted to do it a little different. So that is what I'm doing here. I just rolled up some more gel and just making it into the shape that I want. You may also notice that my nail is matte. I actually applied a matte top coat to all of the nails. So I applied a pink color, 2 layers, and then I applied a matte top coat. I did want the matte and glossy top coat combination for the nails, but also I started these nails late at night. So what I ended up doing was prepping the nails, polishing them with the color. And usually when you do that, if you leave your nails out and they don't have a top coat, they can start getting dirty from dust in the air or they can start wrinkling. So when I start a set at night that I know I'm going to finish the next day, I often do that where I'll apply the polish color and then apply a matte top coat. So now I started adding some of the cherries and I'm going to start polishing the piping as well. With these cherries that I added, what I ended up doing was making that piping design and not curing it. Then adding the balls right on top of it, pushing it down slightly. That way the balls cure in the gel and I don't have to use like glue or anything to attach them. Then I put it in my lamp to cure. So now I'm starting to polish the piping designs and I do go back in and add a couple of more piping designs to this nail. But before I did that, I wanted to polish the ones I already had in. I just wanted to get an idea of how it looked and see if I wanted to add anything because I already felt like I wanted to add more. But I wanted to polish them in and see what it was looking like before I did that. So now I'm making a pearl style piping design and I'm just taking some of that gel, taking tiny pieces, rolling it up in between my fingers to make a ball shape, and then I'm sticking it right on the nail. And then I also do have to cure and polish some cherry stems, and what I did was just take some of that gel, a really skinny tiny piece, stick it on right on top of the cherries, and use like a stick or tweezers to make sure that the stem was sticking up a little bit. I didn't want the stem like leaning on anything, like any of the piping, and then curing it and then polishing it. Also, after I'm done with all of the designs and they're polished and fully cured, I just went over only the piping with a glossy top coat. I left the remainder of the nail matte. I was considering making the nail full on glossy. Maybe now that I'm finished the set, I'll polish it completely gloss and see how it looks, but I like the look of glossy and matte top coat combination. So the next nail that I'm going to do is going to be my middle nail. And the idea I had for this set was that my middle nail would represent the top of the cake. And then the other nails are pretty much the piping that is on the rest of the cake. So the design I'm doing on this nail is one is going to be different from all of the other nails, but it also kind of represents like the top of the cake. I hope that makes sense. And I saw a cake that had like a pearl heart on top of it. So I wanted to do something similar. I do add some piping on this cake as well, but I wanted to basically make like a focal point for this nail because it is supposed to be like the top of the cake. So I didn't want to use like regular builder gel or like any type of glue to stick on the pearls because I was afraid of there just being like a mess and the pearls moving around. This way was just the easiest way I can think of, was to make a heart. I know it looks crazy, but make a heart using that gel. So that's what I was doing. I was shaping it into a heart and then I just transferred it over onto my nail. I fixed it up a little bit, Once I fixed it, I pressed it down slightly so that it sticks onto the nail. And this way I have my heart shape, so all I have to do is take my pearls and place it right on top of the heart, and it'll stick easily. And I can do this all in one go. None of the pearls are like moving around. You know, sometimes if you're using like builder gel, or if you're using a glue, you have to like apply, then cure, come back and do a little bit, then cure. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to do it all in one go. So this was a really easy way for me to do that. Also, you see me here applying silver and white balls. And what I ended up doing was taking all of the silver ones off, because originally I planned to apply them and then polish them. But once I started putting them on, I realized I liked the white. And because this was supposed to be like the top of the cake, I didn't mind keeping it white. I originally was gonna like paint it pink or something, but I decided I liked how it looked white. So I ended up taking all the silver balls and replacing them with all white. And I'm really glad I did that because it just saved me so much time. I don't have to polish them, and I also really like how it came out. So now I'm gonna do the rest of the piping for this nail. I am doing another heart inside of that heart. I'm going to make this one pink. So I'm just taking some of that builder gel and making a heart shape inside, then curing it, and then continuing to make the piping designs for the rest of the nail. So for the design, I'm making these little like blobs. I'm making 3 of them towards the top of the nail and then 2 at the bottom of the nail. And some of these vintage cakes have like a little blob and then a cherry sits on top. And I thought it was really cute. So that is what I wanted to do on this nail. I'm just rolling up the builder gel and then rolling it up into a little blob. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm putting the cherries right on top of it. I didn't cure it yet. Again, this helps it to cure with the cherry inside, so it's just easier. I don't have to stick on the cherry later on with glue or anything. And then I go in and polish it. I do add another piping design to this nail, and I lost the footage, so I'll just briefly explain it. I just took some of that builder gel, made a nice sized chunk on the top and the bottom, and basically spread it across the top and the bottom. Then took a yellow wood stick and created some indentations going slanted, so it'll look a little bit textured. So this is how it looks right here. You can see I added the cherry stems and I added that design to the top and the bottom. Then I'm also applying some top coat, and that's it. So this is going to be the last design I show you. I'm actually not doing a full set because this one hand took long enough. But also the last 2 nails, I'm doing the same design. So I'm just going to show me doing one of the nails. And it's going to be the same process of me just rolling up that 3D gel to the shape I want. I am making a different design on this nail, well, the last 2 nails. So it's just different piping designs, but the same process. So like I said, this did take a while to do, but that is mainly because this is my first time doing it. So I had to kind of get the hang of it and just get into the flow of things. Now that I see how to do it, what's easier, like applying these beads were easier. Also, the fact that I'm using clear gel and had to polish it in made it more time consuming. Absolutely get colored gel if you can. If you are going to do this set, it is going to make your life so much easier, and it's going to make completing this set faster. Also, another little tip is when you're looking up reference photos, try not to gather up too many. It's going to overwhelm you looking at so many different photos, and try to have a clear idea of how you want your nails to look before you sit down, because overthinking and being indecisive is going to waste a lot of your time. So, like I said, I just applied a glossy top coat to all of the piping only once I was fully done polishing them in, and they're fully cured. And that's it, we are done. This is how they came out. I love them. I think they came out super adorable. They're really fun. If you are really into like extra maximalist nails, you will love this. I'm also already thinking about other color combinations I can do, like green and blues and different themes. If you look up these cakes, they have so many different types of themes, like a fairy theme, and there's a lot of possibilities for this nail style. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you like how they came out. Hopefully I finish the remainder of this set sometime soon. But that is all for today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye.